All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to C2 Connect. Back to school. I was never really great at school, to be honest with you. I think every one of my teachers, the day I graduated, were like the happiest people you ever met. I remember one of my teachers, I missed so much school my senior year. My mom had to write all this letters and stuff. I was tardy a lot, and they were thinking about maybe making me repeat my last semester of my senior year. And one of my teachers came to the little board meeting to get it signed off, and he was really an advocate for helping me get out. I owe that man a lot, Mr. Lacey. Thank you, Mr. Lacey, wherever you are. All kidding and joking aside, thank you for coming. I'm Shain Urwin. I'm the National Reverse Mortgage Director for C2 Financial. And we have big news for you today. People will be starting to roll in. What we're going to be doing in the reverse space at C2 is quite different than what you've had before. Today's class is not how reverse mortgages work. Today's back to school session is not going to be about learning reverse. And a lot of people have been to reverse presentations, things we've done. We've done day of reverses here. We will continue to do so. Our last one, we had this author, Dan Hultquist, who's the top author in the space, came and speak with Dr. Wade Pfau. We are going to be having them back again. We are going to do that here. We'll let you know when that date is. And Dr. Wade Pfau and Dan Hultquist are really good partners, and we've done a lot with them here at C2. One thing, I have some of these books if you'd like one. We're the first company to do this with Dan Hultquist. He branded them with C2, front and back. So you can have your C2 logo. There's a spot for you to put your business card if you'd like to pass out these books about how reverse mortgages work, and it'll look like C2 wrote this thing. So he really helped us, and it's really great. So these books, and we do have some. If you would like one, come to me, and we will give you one. If you'd like to order some for your own self, we need to put an order together. Also, come see me, and we'll talk about getting some ordered. Obviously, you'd be paying for those, but I'll give you one today. All right, let's jump in. This is clicker, there we go. So, big news, big, huge news here at C2. C2 loan officers are now able to originate reverse mortgages. Testing is no longer required, something we want you to know. You no longer have to go through 101 and 201 and pass a test. That doesn't mean we don't have those courses available for you to take voluntarily, and you can definitely do so. There's lots of resources for you at C2. We want to give you all the resources to learn reverse, to market reverse, and to originate reverse. And we have that here, better than any broker by far in the country. Right now, according to RMI data, we are the number 9 largest lender and broker, period, in the reverse space. We're number 9. We're the only broker in the top 10, and we've been consistently staying there. Everyone else is a lender, but we have the potential to be number 1 in the country, easily be number 1 in the country. We have almost 1,100 loan officers here. Let me give you some data. Last year, the number 1, you ever heard of a company called Mutual of Omaha? They closed 4,400 reverses. That means that if all of our loan officers closed 4 reverses a year, we would be number 1 in the country. If we close 1 a year, we'd be number 4 in the country. We have that opportunity. All right, let's dive in. You can do it yourself if you'd like here at C2. You don't have to be told you have to do it a certain way. Many of us here know how to do loans. Many of us know how to do loans very well. Like, for example, when DSCR came out, I didn't know what the acronym even meant because it's a new loan program. But we learn it very quickly. If you've never done a VA loan or FHA loan, the first one might be a little daunting, but you figure it out. The same with reverse. Reverses are not rocket science. Now, that doesn't mean they're just the easiest thing in the world to do. Even if you've done loans for 25 years, you may not be able to do a reverse mortgage the second you get one brought your way. Not because the loan paperwork is harder, not because the process to get it through is harder. It's because overcoming the objections and maybe talking to the client is a little bit different. I don't speak Spanish. I don't, but I do know un poquito. I also know guacamole and salsa and burrito. And those words I knew and you know, so you know some of the language. But if I get stuck and I had a client, let's per se, that I needed to work with that spoke Spanish, I'm going to probably want to get somebody to help me because I don't speak the language. So you can do it yourself, and you definitely can get those resources you need on the Blue Door, and you can take the optional classes like we said. You can get the video resource guide that we have, and I've shot a new series of videos that just got launched yesterday to the Blue Door. And we're going to talk about that. A step-by-step video guide you can watch to have success. And you can go through those and see if they help you. And if you get stuck, watch it again. You can contact your account executive. Just like you would for a forward mortgage you're having issues with, our account executives at our different investors are here to help you. And I want to give you some great news. They knew we were going to do this and have a lot of loan officers be able to do reverse, so they've ramped up their business. They brought in more AE help for us. We're their largest account for many of these companies. One of the companies, Mutual of Omaha, came to me and said, you know what? A year ago, they said, why are you not sending us any business? I said, because you're Mutual of Omaha, everybody knows your name, and they close a loan with C2 Financial, and I don't want you refinancing and taking my clients in the future because your name's all over everything. I'm not going to be able to compete well with you. Talked to their owner and their VP straight to their face and said, if you'd be willing to work with us and ensure you're not going to come after our clients, I'd be willing to work with you. I gave him a list of things I wanted, and I pulled out a mortgage statement from a company called UWM. I said, you see how my name's on that statement? You see how this works? I want a commitment that you will not take my loan. I would like my name on the statement. I would like a commitment that the number they call, you'll route them back to me. If their credit pulls, you will call me and tell me their credit got pulled. He said, if I give you this, will you send me business? I'd never sent him a loan before. He calls me. We just had the NRMLA National Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association conference right here in this hotel for the last 3 days. So that's my voice is like this because I've been pulling late nighters, and I'm tired. But Alex, their VP, he calls me right before C2 Connect, right before NRMLA, and said, Shane, I'm giving you everything you want. We're put it in writing. We're sending it out today. That's good. It is good. So now with them, they are like our UWM of the reverse space. We have somebody who's going to put our name on the statement and have our backs. And they didn't just offer it to C2. They rolled it out to the industry, which I found to be amazing. That's going to change our industry. There's a lot of miscommunication about reverse mortgage out there, and we need to be on the front lines to change that. So you're in business for yourself here, just not by yourself. Mentorship. If you feel like you need an expert that speaks Spanish, like I said, if you need an expert that speaks this language, we have those available. And in this room right now with me, I have 7 of them. We cover all 38 states. Later today in a minute, I'll have them stand up and you can see who they are. But we have 38 states we're licensed in now. We're growing. We're continue to grow at C2 and bring more loan officers and more states on. These loan officers are available to help you. They can mentor you. Mentorship is available, like I said, in every state that we have. The split would be 50-50. 50% of the work, 50% of the commission. No contract to sign. No commitment more than the loan you want to work on. If you want help for 10 loans, go ahead. You want help for 1 loan, that's fine. It's up to you. I have people that like me mentoring them, and I mentor them, and I love working with them, and I've done multiple deals with some and one deal with some. Be trained by the professional. Learn to overcome the objections. Close more loans. That's really what it's about. Close more loans. Help identify potential reverse mortgage clients. I was just talking to Lance beforehand. I'm not trying to tout this guy, but he's closed a lot more loans than me. He gave me a number. I said, how many loans you closed in your career? I won't tell what he told me because I didn't ask. But it was a lot. It's like, holy crap, about fell over. I'm like, I need to learn from you. And I can tell you right now, if I sit down and I were to go through a database with Lance, I could unlock hundreds of loans that could be reversed. And many more by connecting with his referral partners that are locked in there. There's great opportunity of working with a mentor. Third-party processors we have here are great. Many of you know Katie Anderson. Many of you know Kim Buckley, Carol. This is a list of just a few. Simone. Our processors speak Spanish. They speak reverse. They understand it at a high level. They're there to help you. They have been held back to some degree because our current standard operating procedures didn't allow them to help you as much as they can now. They can help you with your proposal, your application. Their job is there to help you close loans. We have additional 47 processors that have been reverse certified on top of that list. So if you're thinking that we have the help for the bandwidth, we got plenty. That would be our best right there. Those would be the 4 best. But if they get busy, there's more. On top of that, each one of our investors offer processing assistance. Much like UWM, you can get that done free at many of them and up to $495. So you're only going to pay up to $500, $495 for processing if you use the investor. Now, something you need to know, you cannot have the borrower pay for processing on reverses. This is part of the language. It must come from the commission. A borrower can't pay for processing because they can only pay one fee from the loan officer, which is called origination. And your processing must be in that or be in your commission that you're making. So understand that. There is full service processing offered by a few of our investors. TMAC's one of them. This would be a workflow chart that they gave us of how to get the help you need. They'll help you create your proposal package all the way to getting your loan funded at the end. This slide deck's available. These forms are available. This is available right on our blue door. You can see this breakdown and go through exactly step by step what you need to do to have success on your reverse mortgage. The reason why I'm not going to go through that in detail today is because that's not what today's about. Today's about showing you where to go get the help, how to get the help, not how to do the loan. This is Mutual of Omaha's file flow. These 7 steps, they're saying if you follow these 7 steps and you work with our AE, Brandy, and Natalie, then we're going to help hold your hand and let you understand what this stuff means, and we'll help you. I submitted a loan because I told Alex at Mutual of Omaha, I gave him my word, you do this, I will do this. My word means a lot to me. I submitted a loan last Monday, went clear to close this Monday on a reverse. And I know they were just trying to smooze me, but it worked. Mentorship workflow. You need to learn how to discover the goals and the needs of the client. You need to understand the benefits and how to talk to them. I like to use BombBomb or Loom videos, and I like to explain things that way because I can send them to somebody, they can understand it, and they can watch it more than once. And if they have kids or grandkids or somebody that has an objection, I say, let them watch that. I've seen several of my clients watch it dozens of times, have family, friends, CPAs, attorneys. I've had financial advisors call me and say, I saw that video that you did for my clients. You can't do that. So sure you can. Let me sit with you. Would you have time to meet with me? And, well, you know, I'm busy. Are you taking on new business? Because I'd like to talk to you about sending business your way too. They change. They'd like to meet then. The point is, when you're sending out these benefits, many times you're going to have people in a reverse mortgage that have objections you may not know how to overcome. I do. Our mentors do. Next step after that is you're looking at what we call as next step package. This lays down exactly what's coming. Everybody needs to know what's coming next. How to get your counseling done. How to get this loan done. And as we step through this file flow chart, you'll see the mentor is going to take you along the way, clear up to getting your loan, what you want, closed and funded. Now, I told you I did one in 7 days. I did one with Longbridge. It was a purchase I needed to get moving on, and I did it in 4 days. We don't have TRID and Dodd-Frank laws stopping us. We don't use LEs and CDs. So the time frames are how quickly can you get counseling done and how quickly can you get an appraisal back. Now, if you're in one beautiful state called California, there's a 7-day cool-off period if you got to go through counseling. None of the other states have that. I think I could say that with a lot of things in California, I think. Benefits of working with a mentor. I want to call up a good friend of mine real quickly. His name is Kevin Gutman. Kevin's been our top producer here for 3 years in a row in reverse space. He's a good friend of mine. I love him to death. And Kevin wanted to say a few words. I want you to understand the benefits of working with somebody like Kevin is important.
Good morning, everybody. So I started my career 20 years ago. 10 years ago, I got trained in reverse at Fairway, same place that Shain learned reverse. And then I wrote a book. It went national. I got some play with it, some pub. And so I went to a bank that had a national charter. And after a few years, the bank decided they wanted to close their reverse division or their mortgage division. So I called up my friend Tom. I said, hey, what's life like at C2? And I'm going to give you a top 10 list of what he told me. Number one, C2 is the top reverse mortgage broker in the country. That's huge. We're bigger than anybody else by a lot. Number two, you can choose to work with any lender you want. Shane, Scott, nobody in our department tells you where to send your loans. You can send them wherever you want. Also, we get the best pricing and the best comp. And I know that because I stepped out of C2 for a brief time, which Shane will never let me forget, and found out that it's different at other shops. They don't have the tools and the resources that we have. And then, like I said, tools and tech. It saves a ton of time to help us do more business. Then we have the most certified reverse mortgage professionals of any company in the country. So Shane mentioned this conference we were just at. We have 10% of all the CRMPs in the whole country with C2. So we have a lot of expertise, a lot of professionalism in our company. Then brokers are protected. Shane mentioned that these top lenders are protecting us and not going to solicit our clients. That's huge. Great mentoring and support, which he's talking about, strong leadership. And then one of my favorite things is we have a mastermind call on Mondays, and we work together to help each other get better. Iron sharpens iron. So this is the place to do reverse, and I think we have more tools, more support, more everything to help you succeed doing reverse. So thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So, again, working with somebody like that, working with one of our mentors, and why Kevin did that, I'd like to have all my mentors please stand up here in the room here. We got over here Cal and John. We got Rick Padden, Angela Conrad. Josh Schwartz is not here. Tane Cabe. I don't see Josh anyway. But yeah, you can give these people a hand for sure. We will be adding more because as the demand is needed, right now we have the people I know that aren't just going to be there to split a paycheck with you. That's not the point. The point is to teach you, to help you learn so you can do the next one on your own. Maybe the next 100 on your own, please. All right? Now, understanding reverse is important, so you need to better identify those prospects. You need to get somebody that's going to help you do that. You need to get somebody to help you learn to overcome those objections. Again, close more loans. Learn how to present the loan to CPAs, to financial advisors, to attorneys. Anybody here but know Allison Thinhouse and Brian Thinhouse? I decided to fly in and help them jumpstart their reverse business, so I flew into Denver, Colorado. I taught 3 days of classes for them to financial advisors, CPAs, attorneys. I got a 2-hour CE class set up for their realtors there and a 1 hour for their financial advisors. They got 5 loans out of it. You think that was worth it for them? It was worth it for both of us. That's what things you can do with mentorship. Learn how to correctly price your loan. Very important. The fastest way to become a reverse mortgage expert is to go this route. Now, if you decide to go on your own DIY, that's fine. C2's culture is that. But if you swing and miss, don't forget you got us in the background. You have people that can help you. So if you try to go get a loan done, has anybody here ever presented a reverse mortgage and failed? I do it every day too, so don't feel bad. It's a hard loan to get through to people. Tane Cabe, my good buddy here, he's got the Heckam tool, which we'll talk about coming up today, and he's brilliant, also wrote a book on the topic. You guys realize we have two of the top-selling authors in the space working right here at C2, and my own book has been coming out soon too because I don't think they're as good. Yeah, mine's wordy. Would you believe that? So if you swing and miss, get the help you need. Here's a testimonial, and I'm not going to go through and read every word of that. You're welcome to, but the bottom line is, this is from the Thin Houses. I love that they say this here at the end. Now we have a powerful set of tools and options that allow us to provide truly life-changing solutions to our senior clients. That's what I want you to have. I want you to go change lives. I want you to impact people. America is in a crisis in retirement. Most people in retirement are going to be living on Social Security alone. 77 million baby boomers. The estimates is 8 out of 10, 80% will not have any other income outside of Social Security at some point. They will run out of funds but Social Security. Do you think they can live on Social Security alone? I can tell you they cannot. Another, Erica Spelsey said of Scott Harms how great he was. She actually calls him a genius. I don't know if I'd go that far. Scott's not here. That's just my joke, buddy. He is a genius. I love Scott. He is brilliant. And I want you to know, working with somebody like Scott, he was like an encyclopedia, she said, a Google search. There's truth. I call Scott all the time because he's been doing this forever, and I haven't. And many times, hey, have you had this situation before? And we bounce stuff off each other. Another one of our testimonials here, this is one of Josh Schwartz. Josh Schwartz is licensed in our W-2 states. So if you get a loan in a W-2 state, you want to consider reaching that out. We can help you with those too. Even though you're not licensed in a W-2 state, you can still get some commission and have somebody close it for you. I don't know if you know that. So if you get a loan in Nevada, we have help. You can get that loan closed. Now, when you're going to price one of these loans, you got to do it right. If you do it wrong, you're going to get caught. You need to know that there's an ARM, there's a fixed rate product, there's products just like forward mortgages, options, there's jumbos, there's all of it. Today's not going to teach you about that. It's going to let you know. You need to know how to compare those. Make sure you're pricing it correctly. Many of our investors pay different than the others. You're going to have one that's going to pay you thousands more than another. Does that mean that you should go to them all the time? Not always. But in many times, it's a much better benefit to your client, not just you. You can get lower rates. For example, at TMAC right now, their rate sheet goes down to a 1.5 margin. Some of our other investors don't have margins that low. That can have a huge impact to your borrower. Comp is not locked in. You don't know what you're going to get paid on these loans till the day you close. So you need to know how to price these right, because you could actually have to write a check to get the loan closed. So if you're doing it on your own and you don't know how to do that, you definitely want to get the resources help. I have a step-by-step guide. One of the videos, I think it's video number 6, says how to price your loan. Watch that video. It'll show you where to go, how to price it. Make sure you don't get caught not getting paid. Always price with the current rate sheet in hand and always price defensively. What that means is charge origination. Always charge it. Charge the max origination of $6,000 if you can. You can always credit it at close, but at least gives you options to move things later, because if you under-disclose, you can't come back later and get the money. You can't come back later and help your client. We have a tool that's no other company in the country has. I was able to build this with a company called RMI, and it's called the Best Price Rate Sheet. Anybody ever heard of Loan Sifter or Optimal Blue? We don't have that in the reverse space. I liked it, so I said, I want to build it. So I worked with RMI, and we built it. It takes all of our investors and lays them on top of each other and tells you where to take your loan every time, 100% of the time, who's paying the most, and at what utilization, and at what margin. You never have to guess. It's right here. And it's color-coded when you click this button. This is too small for you to read, but these are our different investors, who's paying what, where they're paying it, and if they're giving us incentives on top of the rate sheet. Like right here at the bottom, it says FAR's giving us C2, like Kevin said, gets more money than anyone else. We got 225 bips over their rate sheet. So all the rate sheets that go out to the country, they give us 225 over it. Mutual of Omaha gives us 300 bips over it. The reason why is because we close more loans than any of them. Many of the broker shops, they close 1, 2 loans. That's it. A year. Maybe a month. I'm going to shock you here. How many reverse mortgages were closed in the United States last year? Anybody have a guess? Every company combined, 37,000. That's pitiful. We all suck at our jobs. There's 30 million households that qualify. If you do the math, we have less than an eighth of 1% of people that can get a reverse mortgage have one. Less than an eighth of 1%. If we moved it an eighth, it would increase, it would double that number to 37,000. If we moved it a half, you're looking at roughly about 170,000 is the number is actually what it comes out to be. If we moved a 0.5%. Let's get better. Let's work together. What's next? Join our Reverse Tuesday calls every Tuesday, starting this Tuesday, training calls. Me, teaching you. Other speakers will come on. My mentors. Tane will come on. He's going to teach all about the HECM tool. You're going to hear from our mentors. You're going to hear from Angela. You're going to hear from Kevin. You're going to hear from different people than just my yap all the time, how to do these loans. And every Tuesday is training. It's not a Brady Bunch call. In other words, everybody's face on the Zoom call is not there. It's a training call, listening. If you like the Brady Bunch call and you want, we call that a round table, you know, where Hollywood Squares, whatever you want to, if you don't know what the Brady Bunch was, you know. What we're going to do is you're going to show up on Mondays for those. Because I want your feedback. I want to hear you talk. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear what you have. And we'll have different speakers on. This Monday, these are all at 10 a.m. this time, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Tuesday. Every week, these calls are going to be available. But on the Monday call, Mutual of Omaha is going to come on and talk about all of this. And they have some other great news that I'm not going to share today, so be there. Watch our Intro to Reverse video and follow the step-by-step guide. Contact Michelle Young to gain access to Quantum, to gain access to our LOS. All of our loans are done through one LOS. So if you're using Arrive or using something else, it won't apply here. Ours is called Quantum. It's very simple, very easy to use, and we have all the tutorials and help you need. If you have a prospect or you have somebody that you're interested in working with, you can just simply click here for what to do with my prospect. Some of you say, I don't want to do reverse. I just want to refer it. You can do that too. Today at 3:15, we're going to have a breakout session by none other than Tane Cabe here. I encourage you at 3:15 to go into this class, especially if you are not doing a lot of reverse. Because this tool is like Mortgage Coach for reverse loan officers. It's an easy way to explain a reverse. And he's going to take you step by step on how to do it. That doesn't mean if you do reverses, you shouldn't show up. Everybody that wants to learn more about reverse, that wants to be educated on how to easily tell the story, be in Tane's class today. Now, he is qualified. I mean, you can tell alone by that shiny top, he's been doing it a day or two. Yeah, I like that. It's something about this business. I mean, it's just over time. Everybody I meet looks just like that. I love you, my friend. Former national top reverse producer. He's also used to be the former national director for Fairway. We both came from there. You can see his credentials there. And his HECM toolbox is a game changer. We had lines standing up at NRMLA just over and over, people at his booth all day long, chatting with him and his wife about how this tool could change. This guy is changing the world. Meet him today. Be there. Now, real quickly, I wanted to show you, if you'll put up the website there. I don't know if we have 1 second here. Are you back there, Tanya? Tanya, can you put that up 1 second? I'm just going to show you where this resource guide is. So, when you want to go get the help you need, I want you to go ahead and go to this screen And the resource library is right there at the top. You click the blue door. The blue door is unlocked now. Come on in. Click the resource library. It'll drop down. The top option says step-by-step guide. You click the step-by-step guide, and every one of the videos, 1 through 8, are right there in order. You can watch and get going. And you don't have to watch them all, but when you need something, look at it. It'll say, hey, welcome to C2 Reverse. Here's our intro. Here's the basics. Here's the optional mentorship. Here's how to create a proposal. Here's how to do a e-signed or wet signed application. Here's how to price your mortgage. And we'll continue to give you resources. But go to the resources. Thank you so much. Looking forward to today. We're going to have a recruiter coffee chat in room 3. Started a few minutes ago because I talked too long. Thank you very, very, very much. Have a good day.